this point in time. Through some conservation efforts, like having them out on reserves like these, their numbers have been able to grow back into the thousands. We are very, very thankful. We need to keep our eyes peeled out here toward the left. I did just see a few animals walking out here a moment ago. I'm going to try to see if we can find them once more. Not seeing anyone just quite yet. If you actually look lying down at the base of these trees over here, you'll see some cheetahs. And cheetahs are the fastest land animals on the entire planet, running at speeds about 60 miles an hour. However, they can only maintain these speeds for a few hundred yards, after which they do have to rest for about 30 minutes. Underneath their eyes, they have some black tear lines, and these black tear lines function in the same way as the black lines of football players underneath their eyes. Helps to keep the glare out so they can see their prey just a little better, as they are one of the only big cats do their hunting during the daytime. The spots they have are their form of camouflage, allows them to sneak up on their prey without being seen. And up ahead of us are some Kopi rock formations. Kopi rocks act almost like a giant termite mound, and the fact that they allow many different animals to see the savannah from a much higher vantage point. I'm actually going to see some lions hanging about on top of these Kopi rocks. Lions can usually sleep for about 16 to 20 hours every single day. And they do so because they're not very successful hunters, so they must conserve their energy. Females do the majority of the hunting for the pride, and they do so at night when their vision is 6 times better than that of humans. They have padded paws, which allow them to sneak up very quietly on their prey. And does anyone on board actually know the Swahili word for lion? It is Simba. Might sound just a little bit familiar. We had an A+ student back there at the back of the truck. And now, my friends, in very sad news, in the last 20 years, we have lost over 50% of the lion population worldwide. Now down to only about 20,000 lions left on the entire planet. Through the Disney Conservation Fund and the Lion Recovery Fund, we are working on not only doubling their population by 2050, but getting them to about 50,000. So by donating, you can help them out. And some of you aboard might know this, but every single one of you on this truck right now is donating to the Lion Recovery Fund. For the next 5 days, Disney is donating $2 for every single person that rides safaris out here to the Lion Recovery Fund. So you guys are all actually helping all of their numbers out there in the wild right now. You'll see 2 of the lionesses over here relaxing about. They are beautiful. Do you see a few more animals coming up around this man, so I'll try to get a little bit closer to them. Coming up ahead of us, you're going to notice these Bonteboks once more. You're going to notice that they have some white markings on their faces that kind of resemble burning candles. That's where they get their name. Their name directly translates to candle goat. Now here on the left-hand side, you'll notice some animals that kind of look like shaggy deer. Those are called waterbucks. Waterbucks are often found around watering holes, hence their name. They have an oily secretion that emits from their coat that allows them to stay dry as they head out of the water. You'll notice that even though it has been raining just a little bit out here, those waterbucks do still look pretty dry. Might have also seen a pile of ostrich eggs. Ostrich eggs are very sturdy. They weigh about 3 pounds, and they're so sturdy that if you were to try to stand on top of them, they would not break. Ostriches, much like cheetahs, are some of the fastest land animals on the entire planet. They're the fastest ones to run on 2 legs, running at speed about 40 miles an hour. And we are now exiting the savannah, heading out towards the Magadi Glen. Magadi Glen is the word for hot springs, and they can get pretty bumpy here, so make sure you're holding on to all valuables, including children. Now, much like in the Little Aturi Forest, the animals out here can be very, very reclusive, so we do have to keep our eyes peeled once more, see if we can spot anybody hanging about. Not seeing anyone just yet, so we are going to continue on farther forward. If you actually look all the way towards the end of this dirt path over here on the right, you'll see a scimitar horned oryx. The scimitar horned oryx gets its name from the Middle Eastern sword of the same name, the scimitar. That's what its horns are shaped like. They're desert animals. They can go about 9 months of the year without drinking any water at all. They actually get the majority of their hydration from the vegetation that they eat. They're special to us, much like the Bontebok, as their numbers were dropping out there in the wild as well. In fact, when I was born, they were considered extinct out in the wild. There were 0 of them left in any of those deserts out there in Africa. With conservation efforts, they too have slowly risen back. And in good news, in 2016, they were reintroduced back in the wild for the very first time. Now, if you have liked the animals that you've seen out here on the safari, if you'd like to help protect them, there are many different things you can do. It could be as simple as turning off the water when you brush your teeth, or again, you can donate to organizations like the Disney Conservation